Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Last night we had the full moon in Cancer. I have a stuffy nose, so if I sound weird, that's why. Last night we had the full moon in Cancer, which the intense emotional energy brings major transformation to our closest relationships, which is important, right? Because Venus is still retrograde, and we're in Mercury retrograde right now as well. So your emotional space could be pretty messed up, especially if you have Cancer placements. But it doesn't have to be with Cancer placements, okay? Like I have a Cancer moon, but I'm not emotional at all. I'm kind of the opposite, like, meh, whatever. Don't really care. What this does, like you can expect from the full moon in Cancer, is really releasing blockages, right? Eliminating irrational fears and obsessions, which is also super important on the twin flame journey, having breakthroughs, ending harmful patterns and unhealthy dynamics. It's also reciprocated feelings, open communication. So I'm going to do this very short reading because I woke up late. I was traveling all weekend and and I'm very tired. So I woke up late. So this is going to be a short video, but we're going to see what the full moon in Cancer is shifting for the twins or the masculines, since you know kind of what's going on with you. But we'll see if we can get a little bit of insight for the divine feminines as well. All right. So Spirit, what is the full moon in Cancer changing, shifting, doing for the divine masculines right now? All right, so the first card, we've got the Page of Swords that flew out there. And the Four of Pentacles. Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles. So your masculine might reach out to you. They might want to be very, very forthcoming with emotion, but they might not be super forthcoming because he's guarding his heart there, right? So they may speak, right? They may come and talk to you. We also have the Three of Wands on the top of the deck. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. So they feel like they want to speak to you about the future. They feel like they want to tell you how they feel, but then they're still in this balancing act because it's still scary, right? Because that energy is still shifting. So you may hear from your masculine right now. They may say a few little things. They're definitely watching you on your social media platforms. What else? What else is this shifting for the divine masculines? Nothing? Nothing at all? No? All right, I'll shuffle these one more time. If nothing comes out, then we'll use a different deck. All right. So we've got the Boat here, which is about receiving information. One of the major things, too, within the next 48 hours of the full moon in Cancer is telepathic communication, is dreams, having visions, right? Getting that information that they need from spirit and source or God or the universe, whatever you call it specifically. This is also saying to me, because it says moving on and closure issues, your masculine is finally realizing that with this Four of Pentacles here and this Page of Swords, they know no matter how long you've been on the journey, right? Your masculine has tried to get over you. Okay. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but they've tried. They've tried to forget about you. They've tried to get over you. They've tried to, make their relationships with other people work, to kind of, hey, this was my life before meeting my divine feminine. I'm going to try to make this work. And it doesn't work, right? Because they can't forget you. We've got Kisses here, which says, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So what they're feeling right now is a lot of pain. We've got Stabbed in the back. A lot of pain and heartbreak because they do love you so much, and they know that they're never going to be able to just forget about you, right? So even if they're in a karmic situation or a soulmate situation, whatever with an actual person or family, friends, whatever the issue is, they have tried to get over you and they can't. And they know that they won't. So it's like leaves them with this question of, so what? Do I just pretend to be happy with the way that my life is now? Or do I end those unhealthy circumstances and move forward in unconditional love? So they're feeling very lovey right now. They want to give you affection. They want to tell you how amazing you are. It's like overflowing emotions of love that they're feeling for you right now. And they're realizing that they're never going to stop. It's never going to go away. All right, anything else? We've got the Star and the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups on the bottom here. So this is about evolving. The Eight of Cups is going into that Hermit or into that Nine of Cups, right? Figuring out what makes them the happiest. And that's what they have been doing. We do have the Star, universal alignment. It's this wish come true, right? Making a wish, like, how can I make this happen? Because I don't want to live the rest of my life in regret. Eight of Wands again, that energy surge or that communication. So a lot of you are definitely getting communication, but you might feel your masculine very heavily right now with that energy surge, right? Because especially since it is the full moon in Cancer. Cancer is very emotional and it's very raw and it's very vulnerable. So when you feel your masculine, excuse me, when you feel your masculine, it's when you're most open to that energy, right? And then what is pushing them forward on the bottom of the deck? We have the Magician, which is manifesting, understanding that they do actually have all the tools to walk towards that Nine of Cups, right? They have everything that they need. Yes, is it scary? For sure, 100%, but they can do it and they understand that they can do it. Okay, can you tell me what is happening for the Divine Feminines really quickly, Spirit? Because I'm running out of time. What is coming in for the Divine Feminines with the full moon in Cancer? Or what is already here? So we've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Five of Cups. So the Cups is emotions, right? So that's not surprising. We've got the Five of Wands as well. So you could, Divine Feminine, be going a little back and forth and fighting with yourself. Actually, two things. You could be fighting with yourself in terms of, in terms of your divine masculine, right? Like, I love this person more than anything. I don't want to be with anybody else. I have tried to be with other people, or I have tried to date and it just never works. And then it kind of brings you into this sadness, right? Am I going to be alone forever? What else can I do or heal to push this forward? And you really are going back and forth with yourself, arguing with yourself over the next few days in terms of whether you should completely just let go of this whole thing, or, to stay in this little cycle of sadness you're about to have. Now, you're never going to fully forget about your divine masculine, okay? You are the same soul. So even if you try to fight that, I've been on the journey for 5.5 years. I've tried really hard for many of those years to forget about my divine masculine, and it doesn't work, and it won't work. But what you can do is cut your energy off, right? You can live in the moment, which is your soul space, and really try to just focus on yourself. That's the most that's going to happen. But I will warn you, when you do that, you will get an influx of signs and synchronicities from the universe of your twin flame to remind you, like, hey, you're on this journey, you're on the right path. But we do have the Seven of Cups here. So some of you may be feeling, and Tower, some of you may be feeling very emotional right now, very vulnerable, but you may have some choices to make. There might be another person or a couple people in your midst that are trying to pursue you, right? They're like, hey, let's go on a date. Hey, maybe we could try to be together. Hey, I'm in love with you. And you have to make a decision of whether you want to try those things or not. Do whatever feels right for you. So some people, especially because it is Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde as well, you could have past people come forward, not just your twin flame, but other people, ex-lovers, best friends, things of that nature to tell you how they feel about you. And, it's really use your discernment, because if you have a karmic, they're probably for sure coming back to say, hey, let's try to work on this again. Do whatever you want to do. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. But I would really, really evaluate. You do not want to get sucked into another karmic cycle, especially if you know it's a karmic. Okay. What else for the Divine Feminines with this full moon in Cancer? Okay, so we've got talking again with the communication. So a lot of people are having communication with their twin right now. We've got healing heart. This is also leading up into February, right? February is 222, right? 2222. So it's not surprising that there's so much communication right now leading into February, okay? We do have healing heart. So just remember, Divine Feminine, anything that you're feeling right now, let it come up, feel it, figure out the first place that you felt that, connect it to yourself, and then just let it go, right? Heal that energy. That could be from those karmic partners. That could be from your masculine, hurting your feelings. And we've got addiction here as well. So you might have an addiction of some sort. That could be substance abuse. That could be drinking. That could be eating, working, really anything. There's some sort of addiction here, and it's causing a block within your life. No judgment for me. I literally am an addict. I mean, obviously not. I will always be an addict. I have a very addictive personality. So when I do something, I get very obsessive about it, in terms of eating or working, or I even used to do drugs. So, know that you can get over those things as long as you really, really push yourself and figure out how to let them go. You do not need them. Okay. And if you need help in any of those situations, send me an email and I will give you the best advice that I have, or share my story with you so it can help you in that sense. Okay. All right. And then really quick, I am just going to do some love messages, because what would the full moon in Cancer be without love messages, right? If you guys would like to purchase these, my Divine Masculine actually wrote them himself. So these are real live 3D messages, straight from a beautiful Divine Masculine's mouth. When I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. Okay? Like font. All right, Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? But if you do want to purchase these, send me an email. I am working on getting my website up still. I know it's taking forever, but... All right, what do we got? You've quite literally saved my life. Remember, these are 3D messages. These are not 5D messages. These are not, does my masculine maybe really feel that way? No, these are literally from a Divine Masculine in separation, okay? You have quite literally saved my life. Your masculine knows that you saved them, okay? And whatever situation they were in when you met them, you saved their life. They were in this place of just shambles, right? Whether that be emotionally, they felt like they weren't good enough, they were stuck in a situation, and they could still very well be in that same situation now, but you saved them. You made them feel loved and like they could be loved and like they didn't want to die anymore. I've used our journey to make myself a better person. You make me want to be the best I can be. So you make your masculine want to be better. I have a lot of anxiety. I'm trying to be aware and pay attention to how I'm feeling. So you are really the key to awareness for your divine masculine. They're noticing they have a lot of anxiety. They're trying to pay attention to how they feel instead of shoving it back down. I see you in my I see you in my future. So your masculine does see you in their future. I wish I would have met you sooner. This is for a very specific set of you. If you met your masculine and they already were with somebody else, they wish they had met you sooner, because then they would have chosen you, or so they say, right? We had to go through the journey. We had to do things a certain way. So maybe that's not necessarily true, but they feel like if they would have met you first, then none of your guys' lives would be like this at all. I know our timing didn't work, but it will come back around full circle when the time is right. So your masculine is acknowledging that they know that the timing sucked. When you guys met, the timing really, really sucked. And it still sucks right now because I feel obligated to stay. I feel like it's selfish to choose my own happiness. And this is one of the main reasons your masculine stays in karmic situations. They feel like it's selfish for them to break promises to this person, even if it's abusive, even if it's manipulative. Basically what it is they have to choose themselves. That's it. That is the big message here. That is, surrendering to the divine, saying, I love myself enough. I'm going to trust you. And no matter how scary it is, I'm going to choose what's best for me. And I'm going to go with it. And that's what the masculines have to do. They have to choose their own happiness. They have to choose themselves just like you do, divine feminine. But back to this card. I know our timing didn't work, but it will come around full circle when the time is right. This is saying when the time is right, that divine timing, right? So even your masculine knows about divine timing. You think you're the only one, but you're not. Your masculine knows about divine timing. All right. So when that time is right, it will happen. It will happen. And they know it will happen. It's just a matter of when is it happening, right? All right, guys. If you want a reading, send me an email. If you would like to purchase my deck, send me an email. Follow me on Instagram. Join my Facebook group. I love you. And I hope that you have a good day. Bye.